Well, today our next story is nothing short of amazing. A 79-year-old woman from Flint was in a coma, and now her one wish is to meet Bob Seger. My mom actually went on a date with Bob Seger once.
Wow. She did?
That's a whole other story.
We want pictures of that.
NBC 25's Ilse Luan Hayes joins us live from Flint. She's spending the day with this woman at her home. Good morning.
Good morning, Elizabeth. You know, I am at the Willowbrook Manor in Flint Township, and I want you to meet a very special lady. Her name is Evie. I'm here holding her hand. She is the sweetest person, and her story is absolutely amazing. If you haven't heard about her, you will very soon. Evie, thank you so much for waking up this early and being with us. Now, Evie, you have an amazing story. You were in a coma for 5 years. And you miraculously woke up. You know, we're going to be spending the morning with you and getting into more details, but let's tell viewers what you remember about the coma.
What I remember about it? Well, actually, I don't remember anything about it. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I'd have visitors, and I didn't even know. But they had a book that they signed to let me know that they'd been here.
Now you mentioned that people told you about how you had a stroke and you basically, that's how you fell into a coma. Tell us about that.
Well, they would tell me things that I did and about my stroke. I worked at the Missing Sock laundromat, and I had to work that morning, and I had to unlock the store, and I fell. And I guess I hit my head and somehow I got in the store that nobody knows how I did because I couldn't even walk.
And you were in a coma for 5 years, which is unbelievable. Are you amazed at what's happened to you?
Oh yes, very much. There's a man upstairs that watches over us all.
And he's definitely watching over you. Evie, we're going to be talking to you all morning, but I want to show viewers a close-up of your nails here. We're not going to give away the secret, but tomorrow you are having a very special day with a very special someone. And this little hint is for viewers. If you can see, she had her nails done for tomorrow. So we're going to tell you where Evie is going tomorrow. She's excited. And you'll also hear from the administrator here at Willowbrook Manor, and she'll explain how this entire story manifested and how it was possible for Evie to be with us here today. So for now, we're live in Flint Township. I'm Ilse Luan Hayes. Back to you in the studio.
What a miracle.
It's incredible.
Yeah. 5 years. Can you imagine just being gone and all the things that have happened in the world since she was asleep? And she seems just fine now.
Yeah, and I can't imagine trying to grasp that you just woke up and you think you maybe have fallen asleep for the night or you took a nap and you realize 5 years. How do you grasp that 5 years has passed and you've been sleeping that whole time?
We look forward to Ilse's next report, and that's coming up.
That is for sure.
Story is nothing short of amazing. A 79-year-old Flint Township woman wakes up from a coma after 5 years. You won't believe what the first thing she wanted to ask for when she woke up. NBC 25's Ilse Luan Hayes joins us this morning with the incredible, miraculous story of Evie. Good morning, Ilse.
Good morning. We are here at the Willowbrook Manor in Flint Township, and as we mentioned, we are spending time here with Evie Branan, and thank you so much for being with us again. Evie, you were in a coma for 5 years, and you miraculously woke up here at the manor. And tell people, you don't remember any of it, but little by little you got better. But what was the first thing that you asked for when you came out of a coma?
After all those years, the first thing I said was I wanted to go to a Bob Seger concert. Well, my wish is coming true. Tomorrow, I'm going to Bob Seger concert.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
Oh, I'm so excited I can't hardly talk. Well, I can talk, but...
And so tell us, next to you is Michelle Cross. She's the administrator here at the Manor. Michelle, explain to folks at home, how this is even possible.
I don't know how it's possible. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. She was in a state where she would have her eyes open and have a stare, but not know that she was even there, or she couldn't even talk. So,
what was the reaction from nurses who had been caring for her for 5 years, laying there? She had some mobility, but
right.
she was not talking or responding at all. A gaze in her eyes. What
right.
was their reaction when she came to?
Utter amazement.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was a miracle, absolute miracle, and, you know, she is. I mean, I've never heard anything like this, and when I met her, I knew I had to make this happen for her.
And you mentioned to me, I mean, the staff loves her. She has such an amazing personality. She's become like a mother figure to you.
She is. I asked her to be my adopted mother. And she said yes.
Evie, you actually wrote a letter to Bob Seger. Do you remember what you put in that letter?
Which one? The first one?
The first one. Either one. You wrote a letter to Bob?
First one, I told him who I was and where I was at and what had happened to me. And I asked him if he could come here and put a little concert on for us. I said, we can't pay you what you used to getting, but maybe you could write it off as charity.
And so tomorrow that wish is coming true. You're going to meet Bob Seger.
Yes, I am.
And that's why you get your nails done.
Yep, I got them done.
And we're going to get a tight shot of this, and we're going to throw it back to you in the studio. Hopefully viewers at home can see she's got music, notes on her nails, and piano, keys.
And the keyboard player for Bob is Craig Frost.
Well, we are so excited for you, and so we're gonna continue to talk to you. And coming up, we're gonna tell you about the type of rehabilitation Evie is receiving and how it involves Bob Seger. That's coming up.
Oh, that's a great story, Ilse. A miracle, really. And give her our best. Evie with Ilse Lujan-Hayes reporting live in Flint Township for us this morning.
And live this morning with this wonderful lady. She was in a coma for 5 years. She's 79 years old, and she has one wish after she woke up, right? And we haven't even heard it yet, officially. Let's go out to Ilse Lujan-Hayes this morning, and hopefully we'll hear the big secret right now.
Good morning. We are once again here at the Willowbrook Manor in Flint Township with the amazing Evie Branan. As you've heard, she was in a coma for 5 years, miraculously woke up, and her first wish was to see Bob Seger, and she's going to go see him tomorrow in concert. So we're excited for her. But now we've got a special treat. Joining us this morning is her daughter, Anita, and her granddaughter, Sarah. And Sarah, I want to ask you first, sweetie, what grade were you in when your grandma, she had a stroke, and so tell us what grade she was in.
I was in 2nd grade.
And when you tell us what it was like to have your grandma back, in your life, being able to talk to her.
It didn't really, it was good, but it just picked up from where I was in 2nd grade, because when I went to see her after she fell out of bed, she asked me who I was, and I said I was her granddaughter, Sarah. She's like, you're not in 2nd grade, though. And so, it just picked up from there.
So you were in, she thought you were still in the same grade that you were in when she had the stroke. Now, Evie, your granddaughter mentions you fell out of bed. That's actually how you got your memory back. Tell us about that. So you were in a coma, but you fell out of bed and bumped your head?
Yes. And then when I came to, I don't know why, but I said that I wanted to see Bob Seger concert. And then when I saw Sarah, I didn't know her. I said, whose kid are you? Are you mine? She said, Grandma, I'm your granddaughter, Sarah. But see, I was expecting her to be a little kid, and here she is all grown up.
All grown up, and what an amazing story. Now I want to talk to your daughter over here. What is this? Is this amazing or what?
Yes, it is.
Tell us about your reaction to once her memory started coming back. I mean, how did you feel?
Well, I came up here, and the aide said, "With your mom, wait till you see your mom." I'm thinking, oh no, what's happened now? Mm-hmm. I went in the dining room, and she was jabbering. I'm like, what happened?
She's a talker.
Yeah, she is.
She's a talker, and she wasn't talking for many years. Well, we're going to throw it back to the studio, but we want you to stick around, because coming up, we're going to find out more about Evie's rehabilitation, talk to her granddaughter, and some more with her mom. So for now, we're live in Flint Township. Back to you in the studio.
Wow.
so amazing.
I love this story.
I do too. She's so cute, that Evie.
That she said that she fell out of bed, bumped her head, and got her memory back.
Yeah, that's what
Isn't
happened.
our brain just incredible?
And again, we talked about this last half hour, but for me, it's hard to imagine 5 years going by and you not knowing it, and then you see your granddaughter, who's now from 2nd grade to 7th grade in middle school. It's crazy.
It's very hard to
Good
grasp.
for her.
She's going to have fun tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to see Bob Seger.
Hopefully we'll be able to report, you know, and maybe have a picture of her and Bob Seger, whatever happens.
All right. That sounds really cool.
Well, our next story is nothing short of amazing. A 79-year-old woman who woke up from a coma after 5 years now wants to see Bob Seger. That's what she wants to do, and apparently she's going to do it. NBC 25's Ilse Lujan-Hayes is spending the morning in Flint Township with Evie Branan. Good morning, Ilse. What a great story you have this morning.
Good morning, Joel. We are at the Willowbrook Manor, Flint Township. We've been hanging out here with 79-year-old Evie. And I got to tell you, hanging out with her has made me realize that she is a wildflower. I hope viewers could know her daughter, Anita. Has she always been, you know, she's been flirting with our photographer all morning.
Oh, she's like that.
Was she like that as you were growing up?
Yep.
Just so, Evie, what, don't you think, Matt's almost 40 years younger than you. Don't you think that's a bit young?
I don't care.
What?
Matt is 40 years younger than you, but you're still flirting with him. Why?
Because I like young men. See, I could teach him a lot of things.
Okay, we're going to stop there. But Evie, now you actually came out of a coma 5 years ago. First thing you asked for was Bob Seger concert, and you will be going tomorrow. Michelle Cross, administrator here at the Manor. Michelle, you were determined to make it happen.
Most definitely. If I had to take her in an ambulance, I was taking her, and I wanted to make sure it was me that was going to accompany her. And I really wanted to make it special for her, and it was supposed to be a surprise, but I'm going to be taking her in a limousine, so she's going in style.
That's right. And now, Evie, you are going to see Bob Seger tomorrow. What will be one of the first things you tell him?
That I've always loved him, and I always will. And I'm going to put my arm around him because the therapist taught me how to do it. He told me how I could get up beside him and put my arm around him and give him the biggest smooch he's ever had.
What advice would you give to people out there who are maybe struggling with a health issue or family members watching a loved one? What advice would you give them?
What advice would I give them? Be like me. Don't give up. I will not give up.
And you mentioned that life is very precious. Don't take it for granted.
Don't take life for granted. No, never.
And what would you say to folks who have rehab? They're struggling with wanting to go to rehab.
Why did I go?
No, what would you say to people who are about rehabilitation?
Tell them I'll say, if you have to go to therapy, you get in there every day if they want you and do what they tell you to, and you will be fine. Because, see, I haven't walked in 6 years, and now I'm starting to walk. I have to use a cane, but I can walk.
Well, we are so excited and happy, and we appreciate you sharing your story. You're here alongside your beautiful granddaughter, your daughter, and just surrounded by people that love you. And so we want to wish you the best and keep us posted on the concert.
Thank you.
Okay. So for now, my name's Ilse Lujan-Hayes, and I've had the pleasure of getting to know Evie this morning. We're going to throw it back to you in the studio.
Story from you. Thank you so much. And how she regained her memory after the coma of 5 years and hit her head after she fell out of the bed. Just incredible.